Go ahead.
For 1 second, you said the main thing?
All right. Yeah, so the main thing I done, man, is the biggest accomplishment right now I did is I completed the re-entry program and became a mentor for that. So I mentor returning citizens. I also, I'm finally off probation. I got that call right before, on Thursday. I was actually asleep when I got the phone call, so it was kind of shocking, man. It woke me up out of my sleep. Been working crazy hours, so I also accomplished that. But other than that, man, that's me. I'm one half of this excellent podcast, man. I'm one half of this amazing brother of mine and co-host. I pass it over to you, Semaj.
All right. Well, we've informed you last season about the mental health emergency number, which is still 988, and the importance of getting the help when you're feeling at risk. We would like to suggest some ways just for you to combat your everyday anxieties, stresses, your depresses, which is one, when you first wake up, breathing techniques. First, thanking God, thanking whomever just for another day, working on your breathing techniques, your affirmations, working on a routine. Yoga is also good, exercise, meditation, just stretching when you first getting up, just allowing your blood to flow, drinking warm water with lime and honey. When you first get up, like nice hot water instead of coffee, that allow you to help you use the bathroom and help get your digestive system, flowing. And then just trying to stay at ease, remembering, that you're worthy. Praying definitely helps. Talking to yourself, even if you have to respond. Then always remember that it's important to keep somebody that you could speak to, or some type of outlets. Your hobbies, any type of art, drawing, writing, keeping a journal actually helps as well. Changing your diet will help you in a tremendous way. And fasting, incorporating some type of fast. It doesn't necessarily just have to stick to the diet. One of the key things now that I would suggest when you do fast is to fast from social media and fast of the things of the world, because it's swallowing us up right now. And it's distracting us from a lot, which is causing a lot of the anxiety. And plus, we're coming off of COVID, so still keeping that in mind, that you got to readjust and reassimilate yourself into society.
Also, them holidays is coming up, so
Oh, we already here.
The robberies and carjackings. It's that time of the year. I'm just here to let you know, if you at the gas station or anything of that nature, make sure you lock your doors. Make sure you don't leave your keys in the car. I have been a victim of the carjacking. I have had my car stolen over the break, but just not being conscious, and you just got to be aware of where you at, and also always lock your doors, man. Just, you never know what somebody else is going through, but
yeah, it's circulating on.
It's just going around in this area a lot, but it's all across the world too.
Yeah,
so
circulating on Facebook. Keep your doors closed. It was another man. He had his passenger door open, and his door open when he was pumping gas, and the kid slid in the passenger door and climbed over the seat. So just be mindful of everything, man. We just live in that time. It's also a recession. We're in the tip of a recession, and also inflation is crazy. There's a lot of layoffs that just happened and that are going to continue to happen. So this is a good time to work on saving, work on speaking to your tribe and your immediate family about some type of plan you can have, just in case somebody does hit a hiccup. Mm-hmm. Which is why it's always important to be working together at all times, so when things do get tight and get sudden change for you, it won't affect you as much, especially as a group. That's why it's always good to have a solid foundation, because the solid foundation, it stands on pillars. So if you're communicating within the pillars of your own tribe, then you can always hold one another up when it's time. Right. But yeah, so moving forward, those are things that'll help you, stay afloat. Try to just keep your mind at ease, keep you in the mix, stay motivated. If you can't stay motivated, stay disciplined and obedient.
Work out.
Yeah, coming back on the second season. Of course, as we know, if you do know and you've seen this, I'm Semaj Callaham Bay. If you don't know, I'm one half of El Capitan. I'm one half of the Leaders Only Show podcast. Also, I'm an author, college graduate, all these type of things. But I just run away from the titles now. And right now, I'm just a man that's trying to, really figure out my place in society. I moved back from the West Coast. I'm a caregiver full time for my father. So that was a big reason why I had to come back, because they were denying surgeries and he's not mobile, so he's bedbound. And by him being bedbound, his hip was fractured and they were denying surgeries for his hip. And a lot of people think that you do a hip surgery, you do the major hip surgery, which is a hip replacement, but there's steps even before that, being in the condition that he's in, not cognitive all the way, mentally. So being as that, it's a threat for them to do a hip replacement because it's life-threatening. So they just removed a little bone, and we're in the process now just trying to get him to get mobile, being able to stand up, because it would allow me to, be able to move around better, be able to take him places, and, get the assistance, the proper assistance. So that was part of the reason, the number one reason why, came back. Then the second thing was, being as though that I was here, I wanted to, utilize my opportunities while being back, which was the main reason why we always try to shoot out here and grab as much of this good weather as possible. Just learning how to grow food, because all the things that are going on in society and the things that have been breaking our families down for hundreds of years, as far as the diets and causing all the diabetes and the high blood pressures and the hypertensions and the gouts and all those type of things. So wanted to learn how to grow food with my own hands. So, eventually I could be able to teach, especially my own family. When I have one day I'll be able to teach them. But outside of that, I'll be able to teach, the tribe that, that's formed, and the people who need it. And then another thing coming back was being able to get into cooking. So did get the certification for the cooking, and then turned in the applications, passed 2 inspections so far. So working on just becoming plant-based. The reason behind it is there's a lot of plant-based options or vegan options, but there's a lot of processed vegan food too that doesn't have the proper nutrition. And a lot of the people who own the establishment just hire people, which is the way of capitalism. There's no shade, but being a smaller chef in a smaller company, starting off, it's coming from a place of passion. It's coming from a place of love, because I switched my lifestyle. So it's kind of better for me, and keeps me at ease when I go and I know I could fix a plate and I could fix somebody a meal, and my lifestyle resembles that, and I'm putting love into the pot and the pans and all the food. So wanted to jump into that. And then of course we've been working out all year, trying to become, a promotional ad for fitness, because that's another big thing. There's a lot of heavy set vegans, and I don't like to point the finger, but I like to be a representation of what I'm kicking. You know what I'm saying? If we're supposed to be trying to get it to our higher selves. So if God came down, you know what I'm saying, and got into the physical form, in your mind, how would he look?
Right.
I think he would look perfect. So in my opinion, in my mind, I'm trying to get as close. I know I can't be perfect, but I'm trying to get to the best version of me as possible. So then when you see, I don't have to speak on it as much. I don't have to tell people that I only eat once a day or that I'm fasting. It's just a resemblance, and the strength is still there. But my mind is sharper. I'm emotional, intelligent now. I'm aware of my emotions. I'm able to dissect my emotions and then be able to have a conversation with somebody by keeping that respect without getting emotional. And it took me some time to realize that came from, being from a single family household and picking up your mother's traits, by lacking on your father's traits and lacking on that, have a man there to provide that discipline, to tell you to stop doing stuff and, toughen up just a little bit or decompress. You have somebody to look up to who will actually help you, you know what I mean? So been just trying to figure that out, been in therapy. That was the third number one reason. So all these all matched together, because first I had to get Pops right and wanted to feel good about that, but I wanted to get myself right mentally. Not that I was crazy or anything like that, because that's a big stigma that comes along with mental health. It's not for that, man. So I can process and be able to stay on this planet, because mentally I'm gone. Like, I'm literally not here. I'm not of this world. So with that being said, there's a lot of things that don't move me. So for that, there's a lot of conversations that I wanted to have with people where there is trauma in my life and there's a lot of depression in areas, and I want to fix them, and I know how to, and I know the conversations that I could have, but I know that everybody who I want to have these conversations with, they may not be where I am mentally, and they may not be emotional, intelligent enough to take some of the things that how I felt, you know what I'm saying? And it's always been how you have to take how somebody else feel. I always get how somebody else feel, being in a relationship, be it in a friendship, be it from mother to son, be it from, you know, sibling. I always get how somebody else feel, and then I actually try to think about it. I actually try to be like, oh damn, I didn't mean to make that person feel like that, so let me go back and work on it. I be feeling like that be lacking, you know what I'm saying? Because I can never get that conversation that I want with people, so we can actually come over and get over and move forward. So with that being said, I wanted to just get it off my chest and get it out of my mind and get it off my heart. So I just spoke to somebody.
2 questions.
Okay.
One said, how do you eat only one day? Once a day. How many hours do you sleep a day? And what is your weight like in the gym, as far as like,
okay,
like what do you eat?
Well, right now, it's easy to eat once a day because I do liquid all through the rest of the day. But starting off, like I said, man, I wake up and I drink hot water. One of the major things that I'm into is selling herbs, healing herbs, holistic herbs. So I don't want to sell it to you if I don't do it. So I have an array. Like, I got bowls in there with just herbs just soaking now, with just different combinations. So I wake up with that. I do the lime, the honey, put some ginger, some cayenne, a little bit of cinnamon in every one of them. Drink that. Then I start working on a gallon of distilled water, and I try to get a half gallon down, or 4 full 16-ounce cups before I go to the gym. So I'm hydrated, because I don't like to work out and drink water or take any breaks while I'm in there working out, besides just to breathe and just get my heart rate back going. But then after the gym, it was a smoothie at noon, between noon and 3. Right now I'm doing a vegan milkshake, just a protein shake, but it's all vegetables. So I do that, and then I move forward, and then I keep eating. So I might eat some fruit, some hard fruit, which is still water. Then I make sure I drink that other half of that distilled water for the rest of the day. And then I eat a big meal. So like last night we had stuffed stuffed baked sweet potato. So it was a whole sweet potato. I had half, he had half. And then I loaded it. Black beans, pinto beans, jalapenos, bell peppers, assorted, all the colors of bell peppers, wild rice, quinoa, cilantro, chickpeas, and then put some cilantro and lime sauce on it, had an avocado, a little bit of pineapples, did my thing, mixed it up, and that's how it is, man. The main thing is to get that rest, so I don't need as much rest. I do not sleep 8 hours. I'm not telling anybody not to, but what I've learned and been learning as far as when it comes to your sleep, that's for your body to detox. Being as though I'm not putting as much toxins in my body, I don't need as much. I try to have a cutoff by 12. I lay down between 9:30 and 10. Try to be asleep by 12, but I'm up between 4:30 every day and 5:30, like between there. So I try to just get 5 hours, but I don't use alarm clocks or nothing anymore, because I could just get up. I get up and I'm ready to go. But that was that. And when I'm in the gym right now, I do all my sets. So we do circuits. So I got to go through the whole circuit. That's like 9 different exercises the whole time. And then after I do all my sets, like if I'm doing bench, I end off the bench press with 275, no spot, and I do it 2 times by myself. So I still bench press 275 pounds 2 times alone.
And you weigh?
I weigh 173. So I'm between 173 and 175 right now. I graduated high school at 168, about 174.
And when you got to college at your full peak, you was
205.
And
the highest I ever won.
Bench?
Oh yeah. I could bench. When I was in college, I could bench.
Stronger? Do you think you were stronger in college versus your body now?
I think when I was in,
wasn't.
I think when I was in college, not to cut you off, I think the only reason why I was stronger,
and
not even stronger, I could lift more. I'm not gonna say stronger, because you gotta look at how much I weighed and what I was lifting. but I had a lot of enhancements too.
Right, that's what I
so
was about to
meat.
say, yeah.
I was eating 3 times
Right.
a day. Period. Boom. We doing
Yeah.
steak. We doing beef. We doing pork. Whatever.
Right.
So that's giving you that over extra protein. And then man, we was doing creatine.
Right, that's
Man, we done did
supplements and
Yeah,
things
we
of
done
that
did
nature.
protein whey.
So,
I had brothers. Some brothers even got kicked off the team. They were doing like animal stack
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, but now I know I'm stronger. I'm stronger, and it's only been
and you got muscle endurance. So
it's only been 9 months. So that's
the
why I
type
want
of
everybody to realize.
Right.
I started going every
I
single
seen
day,
the
heavy
transformation, bro.
in
Like,
February. So
you
from
can see
February
the
to
difference.
now.
So we try to build like, all right, so I give you my breakdown of, so I kind of like gotta eat a little bit more because I labor more than, you know what I'm saying? I do more labor work, so I try to get 2 meals because I'm up at, right now it's peak season, so I'm up at midnight and I labor work, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in the operation of labor, so I eat my oatmeal and my fruit salad, you know, I take that to work every morning. And then I weigh 139. I bench, I do everything with 225 at the most. So I squat with 225. That's like just my set weight. I ain't really go over. Besides, I just introduced myself to the 300 club. I just hit 305 once on the bar, but I just try to focus on muscle endurance and my core and my legs. Like that's what I focus on. I do legs twice a day. I do stomach every day. You know, I don't do too much cardio, but the workout that we do is fat burner and muscle endurance. So that's cardio because we don't take breaks. It's like we don't even get a full minute break because we're not walking for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So our break is going to the next station. It's just enough to breathe. Once you learn how to breathe, you keep your mouth closed and breathe out your nose, you'll go a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Two
saying?
things. I do cardio. I do a bunch of it. I ride my bike everywhere. Just like on Thanksgiving, people celebrate. I don't celebrate. It's just another day for me. So I did 18 miles because the gym was closed. I did 22 miles the other. I get in my habits, but every day I'm doing at least 5 miles on my bike to and from the gym. And I try to do all my errands and everything on the bike. Second thing is his diet is like that because he transitioning. I would never tell y'all, I say do what works for you, but you still got to stand in the lines of, science, yo.
Right.
Like we can't go against biology. So even more, where I'm trying to ascend to, I always try to tell people when they meet me and we have a full-fledged conversation that at year 10, I want to be doing all raw and liquid. You know what I mean? That's it. I don't want to even, when I'm cooking, I want to be cooking as a service for other people, making other people feel good, or it might be a special occasion. But I would love to be in unison with my little tribe, and we taking mason jars of this juice, and this is for this minerals, and this is for this, and utilizing these herbs and hot water for this. I'm pretty much going against everything that they taught me. You know what I'm saying? And going and examining it for myself. And then I can come back and I'll be able to tell people, how do I know you can work out every day? Because I've been working out every day. There's different ways. You don't have to power lift every day, but there's different ways. How do I know you can last on eating 1 meal a day? Because I eat 1 meal a day. The thing is, when people say eat once a day, they thinking that you're not getting no other nutrition.
Right.
You know what I mean? That you're not consuming anything else, and that's not true. But it's easier for me to, continue to stay fasting. Now, at the end of every month, the last 3 days, I'm doing a liquid fast. Myself and my friend, my chef friend, real good friend, we doing it. And then other people, if they join on. But we've been doing it. We did it last month. We're doing it this month. And I really appreciate her, you know what I'm saying, for being able to adjust, you know what I'm saying, and try to do it for her body and get herself together, because that allows people to it allows people to bounce back and forth, but you can have those type of conversations. You know that people are actually trying to become their better self, so you can have a tough conversation. It won't be as hard.
Right.
So working with the children.
To dive into that, because I get a lot of, people that know us and that grew up with us and out of my circle and new people that I meet and that's friends or associates now. They always ask me, how do you challenge yourself with your brother on his lifestyle, and how do you try to put it with yours? Just like you said, I'm in a transition stage, but it's not like it's getting thrown on me. You know what I'm saying? It's something to learn. You know, you got to learn everything. You don't just, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't weigh everything on me. He just gives his opinion, you know, and that's cool with me because it's easier for me to learn. It's easier for me to understand them. So I always feel like people are judgmental until they actually sit in your presence and talk to you and really know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I no longer care about people's judgment. It's just ignorance. It's fear. It's not more of a judgment when it comes to me anymore. It's just people's fear. But I don't put it on nobody because I want people to realize this ain't my lifestyle. I'm trying to live like God would. You know what I'm saying? And that's my biggest problem with what's going on in the world. They edging God out of everything. Everything is about money. Everything is about the microwave. Everything is about, everybody got a brand. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody, it ain't even let's work together. I could tell you about my book. Yo, I wrote a book. All right, my bad. Then what's the point of telling you about mine now? We can't even have the conversation because everybody's just trying to present this commercialized package thing. And literally, I'm just trying to get down with God. Literally. You could take the religion out of it. I don't have, like I said, man, we could talk about anything, but I have a connection with God and I want to reflect it. I want to boast about it. I want to be proud about it. I want to represent for it. I want to do the righteous thing at all times. I'm in a war, you know what I'm saying? Just as well as wars going on. And that's one of the major things, like working with kids. That helps me stay grounded, you know what I'm saying? That helps me get honesty. That helps me stay youthful. That helps me be needed. I like to go places where I'm needed. I want people to come and need me because I'm not afraid to say that I need people. It's been so weird. I ask for help. People act deaf. I ask for help. So I had a family member tell me, hey, when you need help, let me know. I said, all right, I need help. I never heard from him again. You know what I'm saying? When you need help, let me know. I'm that person. I'm not too boastful and too big to ask for help. But that's what I go tell children. So I'm big on not teaching children something that I'm not going to do myself. If I'm sitting over there and I'm too good and too proud and too boastful to ask for help, then he's never going to reach his full potential, be it on the field or off the field or when he becomes a father or he's at a job, because he could be sitting there dumbfounded and somebody could be sitting right next to him, but he can have so much pride in his ego and have so much anxiety that he don't even want to ask a question. I've been asking questions for so long that it's, you know what I'm saying? So working with children, that's been helping, you know. That's another form of therapy because I believe we here to be servants. I continuously say these things, and that servitude will bring gratitude for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Being able to be somewhere where I'm needed and people say thank you and people, you know, come back and send me a text and let me know that, man, it was because of you. You just made me feel safe. You made me feel comfortable. You made me feel appreciated. You made me feel like I was worth something because everything in this world is cashing so many people out. And I know for a fact that most youngins, I know adults need it by far. You can see it all day, man. People arguing in the comments. People got picture after picture after picture of their butt, after this, after that. They not therapists. They not trainers. They not models for bikinis, but it's up there. It's everywhere. Right. So you need some type of attention. You're yearning for some type of attention. I don't know what type it is, but in that, I know there's some healing that need to be needed. I just don't want this generation to come to that. It's on us. You know what I'm saying? To save this next generation, or we'll fail again, and then they're gonna make another failure of a generation. So we're gonna be waiting for 3 more generations just to try to get a victory. So I'm just trying to adjust. Like I said, man, I don't like to point fingers. I don't like to talk about certain things if I'm not gonna do nothing about it. But even more, I become a mute. You know what I'm saying? I become more like a monk. I understand what it's like for them to be disciplined. I understand what it's like for them to be celibate. I understand what it's like to do all these things and not exhaust your conversation. I'm just past it. I'm not begging nobody no more. I don't even like talking. I don't. So with that, it's like, yo, there has to be a need there, or that if I'm gonna say something, it's gonna go in and it's gonna stick somewhere. Like I gotta be shooting around a group of people to know that one person gonna catch that, you know what I'm saying, and utilize it. So that's been great. So a big shout out to the Hermitage High School football team. They had a great season. We're gonna fix some things. We're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna keep sticking together. But it was great that what happened this year, because coming off last year, they rose so high that this year there were some chinks in the armor, you know what I'm saying, where you can see, okay, we got something that we can work on. We need to work on it's things that to me off the field that they need to work on that would allow them to have that trust and that brotherhood that's gonna make it so much fun on that field. And a lot of that starts now, the off season. You know what I'm saying? I believe they should have accountability buddies. Like, I believe there should be a mental health coach coming in once a week. You know what I'm saying? So trying to implement these things, I believe there should be a chess instructor coming in once a week. I believe that there should be some therapists being able to come in and donate their time in a group setting just so they can feel comfortable talking about it. Because you got to look at your team like your brothers, like your family. So you got to feel comfortable letting them know. So even if you don't go get the help, somebody will. So yeah, man, it's been an array of emotions, because when you tap into the world, there's just been so many things. My heart goes out to the people down in the 757 at the Walmarts in Chesapeake, at the Walmart in Virginia Beach. Just got wind of that the other day. But the only thing I can say is literally, man, get right. This is why I'm saying get right with God. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's a calling. It's nothing cliche. But you need to walk in the line of that frequency, you know what I'm saying? So you're covered, so you can tap into the angels that we lost, so you can tap into, you know, that connection when you meditate. A lot of people trying to meditate, a lot of people trying to do these things and don't even know how. Main reason you don't know how is because you just don't know how to remember. You got to clear things, because we're just going back to what, at birth you knew how to meditate. You knew how to do everything better than everybody. You were smarter than, you know what I mean? You had the language that we first was speaking. All these things because you came into the world pure. We're just trying to get back to that. So how I try to tell people, because yoga may not be your thing, or you may not be able to sit there like a guru and just, it comes to you. Yo, going for a walk, like literally walking on a trail, that's meditation. You're gathering your thoughts. You're allowing them to play. That you're just not closing your eyes. You don't have to think you got to sit there and numb the radium, all that. No, we all have our thing. The thing that we're trying to do is just decompress so you can be an asset in this world. We got too many people that got too much anger, too much anxiety, too much pain, and they on edge, which is why anytime one person say something to them, it's on. Which is why somebody can be, another thing, at the UVA. My heart and my prayers go out. That's football, man. I love football players, you know what I'm saying? Especially the youth. I don't really get down with the NFL, the professional stuff. But these are people trying to aspire to get there. And 4 people basically lost their life. 3 players and the shooter. You know what I'm saying? 3 active players and the shooter. And that's, again, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you don't know. You just don't know what nobody's mentally going through, but everybody's mentally masking it on this thing. It's all good if you let everybody tell it. You know what I'm saying? I bet you he had some post the day before. The shooter probably had some post the day before that was cool. At least a week before, he probably was high and mighty. He had at least had one good day on there. And then the same thing that was happening with the victims. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's cool. But when I have conversations with people in real life, it don't be that way. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to do things, like I said, where it's I know that's making an impact, and it's bigger than financial currency. I'm tapped out, man. Like, I'm tapped out. I know how to make money. Yeah, I do. I know how to make money for myself. Yes, I do. But the money that I'm making ain't changing nothing. Right. It's not stopping us from getting. The money, I can do this all day. The chain you got ain't big enough for us all to live. Ain't no acres in that chain. It's not that I don't like you. It's not that I'm mad, you know what I'm saying, at you. But I gotta wake up and deal with this. And my mind don't click to just stuff on the surface like regular people. It ain't just that, bro. I ain't gotta look at the news. I can look out my window. I can literally look out my window like, man, I wish I gotta figure out somehow to help these young men. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, we've been into a lot of good things, you know what I'm saying? Another great thing, like I said, man, one half of El Capitan. Big shout out to my business partner still out there. Big shout out to his girl, Georgia, helping and holding it down. But everybody's still pushing, man. He just did the pop-up out there with the clothes. And, you know, I'm over here trying, another thing, man, to save. That's it. You know what I'm saying? To learn how to save. A lot of people don't know how to do that. So just to be a security blanket, because we all we got. Whether anybody know it, my phone ringing and anybody need me, if he need me, that's what it is. Our business need us. So I had to figure out something, because banks ain't just pouring it in, bro. Parents ain't just pouring it in. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we generations behind. And if we keep carrying on what we was taught, then we passing on what we was taught, and it's time to learn something new.
And that's just like a bigger disease, man.
Yeah, so
We
with
just
that being
passing
said,
on, we just passing on a bigger disease. So with that being said, man, we just ask that y'all like, comment, subscribe, click the bell.
yes,
If you're not watching live, man, you always able to replay it.
hashtag replay.
Hashtag replay in the comment section. You can reach us at leaders only 22 at gmail.com.
Yep.
You can reach us on Instagram at Kendall's Touches.
El Capitan
El
Ambassador.
Capitan Ambassador.
Leaders Only podcast. Leaders Only Show, I'm sorry.
Leaders Only Show. What else?
Tone Drone TV.
Tone Drone TV. Shout
What's
out
the,
to Mr. Massey
What a
Change
Mentoring.
Mentoring. Shout out to Judge Jay-Z, man, for letting me off papers, man. Thank you.
And we at El Capitan, we running the Black Friday sale.
Oh yeah, Black
all
Friday.
Weekend, 30% off.
Cyber
Just put
Monday
Leader
coming
in.
up.
Leader is the code, so shop away, man.
Yes, sir.
Get dope
Make
hats,
sure you
gear.
support the book, the Big Payback,
Big Payback still rolling, man.
and
For sure.
we love. Peace.
Peace.
Okay, we muted, guys. Let me close out.
Not muted.